Hello, Chloe here from Border River Flowers. Let's take you for a look at our cool flower rose. Now, we have had we're in the middle of winter, but we've had an overly warm winter. And so they are doing something very different to what we would normally see at this time of the year. So let's show you around. Okay, so we've got row 1, 2, 3, and 4 are all our cool flowers, and I'm about to harvest flowers, which is not normal for us in winter. We would not normally have flowers at all at the moment. So yeah, we'll take you for a look. This here is a small patch of ranunculus up to here. It's just a few mixed Italian varieties. I think there's white, orange, maybe a pink in there. From memory, here is a patch of poppies. This is the mixed pastel mix here, down to here. And they are just starting to, I gave them a bit of a spray with, you can see we had a tiny bit of a frost this morning, and I can see it on their leaves. Look how fresh as anything yesterday. So, but they've started to send up, like there's heaps with them, just like flowers, right, and then there's a few with a bit more advanced. But yeah, they're starting to send up flowers, which I wasn't expecting for at least probably another month. This here is Campanula, but it's very weedy. It's the last bad weedy patch I've got left to weed out. Hopefully I'll get to that ASAP. I'm meant to have a really cold, not frosty cold, but just a cold days for this week. Delphinium to here. Now I haven't got proper tags in yet, so I'm going to struggle to remember what's what. Let's find you amongst the weeds, you poor things. This one is Pacific Giant Summer Skies. I think that's the light blue one, but I need to put the proper tags in before I rose disintegrate to nothing. But yeah, they're looking amazing. Like, these normally look pretty miserable right through winter. Everything does, it's just sitting there growing the roots more than anything. But like, they're starting to send up their height stem here for their flower. So hopefully we don't go and get a massive frost right at the end of winter, because that would mess everything up. Anyway, I need to weed the rows too. You see, this are the walkways just growing in the soil that gets on top of the weed mat. It's really annoying. This here is Snapdragons, and I've not grown this variety before. It's the double pink one. Cannot recall the exact name, and now I can't see a tag. But I pinched them the other day, but they were already really bushy, so I'm wondering whether I should have just left them, because they're certainly acting a lot different to what other varieties of Snapdragons I've grown. No, I can't see a tag at all. Here's another short patch of ranunculus. These ones are salmon. Those ones. In the next row, this here is pink larkspur, and it is sending up its flowers, which again I was not expecting until at least the end of August to start of September. This one here is the exact same variety, just a different colour, and it's acting completely different. It's a bit lighter in colour in the foliage, and it is only just thinking about sending up its flower head now, and I think it's It's either purple or white. I'm not 100% sure on that one. I'd have to have a look. Goes down to here. And these beds were all amended. Put compost and cow manure on all of them. And see the difference here? See this little patch here? Didn't get done. That's the difference. Our soil just needs so much work. It makes it so much harder than just planting plants and doing your thing. But anyway, I just netted this yesterday because we're getting a bit of wind and these snapdragons were getting quite tall. This is the apricot snapdragon. It was really weedy. It was badly weedy like that row there, and I've only just finished weeding it out. Now, I thought this one was one that missed getting pinched, but it's not. He's just keen to flower. And again, I would be not expecting these to flower until August, September-ish. This is Delphinium here. I lost a few. This is the Morpho one, and it's got flowers on it, but they're not on super long stems. They're pretty, but they're just not on very long stems. So I'm hoping those stems just keep getting longer and longer as we go, hopefully, when it warms up a bit. This is our lavender stock. Again, wasn't expecting it to flower until August, September. And I'm about to do a harvest on this. Hopefully for florist order. And the stem length on them is amazing. And they're sending out quite usable side shoots as well. Of course, the flower's not as big, but it's still a nice bit of a filler. Him bouquets. This here, right from where our stock finishes here all the way down to here, we had 3 trays of ranunculus in it, and unless lots of them shoot back, which I'm not hopeful about, then I think I've only got about 50 plants left. Have no idea why. Lots of people have had problems with their ranunculus plants. Those others I showed you, the ranunculus, they were planted that were down this end, and back up this end here were planted as corms, and these ones were plants. So not sure what has gone wrong there. I weeded this whole row out the other day because it wasn't badly weedy, but getting to the point where I didn't want, if they happened to shoot back, I didn't want them getting drowned out by weeds, so I made sure that's weeded. And our last row 4, is this row here. And I might go on this side because it's a bit easier. This is Feverfew Patchy. I planted it right back because our autumn stayed hot for so much longer than normal. All to do with the same thing of it being a warmer winter. And I missed watering them one day after I planted them because I was away, and so I lost quite a few of them, unfortunately. So I'm not sure whether to try and plant in amongst them, or whether if I planted in amongst them they're just going to get crowded out, or what the goal is. This is just a little patch of Scabiosa that my daughter grew. There was a little patch spare there, so we popped it in there. This is our Veronica. This one here is the pink one. And then this one up here that looks terrible. It'll come away in the spring. Did the same last year. It looked horrible. I thought, oh, what have I done wrong here? But they bounced right back really quickly in the spring. But it tried to flower as we were coming into winter. And was also, this whole section was fairly weedy, so I weeded it and then cut those ones back quite harshly, whereas these ones, They're sending up a couple of flower heads now, but otherwise they haven't tried to flower before winter. But yeah, this one's the pink one, and that one up there's the blue one. So that's it for showing you what we have growing overwintering. We've already placed a few orders for plants in the start of spring to keep our supply going. This season we're hoping to market more to florists because we've had interest. They're really struggling to get good quality from the bigger wholesalers, so they're really keen to buy from us, and if they're keen to buy from us, then we'll give that a go and see how we go with that. And yeah, we got these plants in, if anyone gets confused by the cool flowers, we got these plants in 4 to 6 weeks before our normal frost date, and normally they will be sort of sitting there as small plants just developing their root system, but because it's been so warm they're just doing their growing anyway, which isn't a bad thing. I just hope that we don't get everything start flowering and then we get massive frost, because we can get down to sort of like -6, -7 regularly normally through the winter, and we've only been down to -1 so far. And we were originally going to put shade mesh, as you can see here, over these 3 beds to help protect them a little bit if we were going to have a normal winter, but we decided against it. Time was against us. We weren't getting it done, but also I thought if it was going to be a damp and mild winter like we were sort of figuring out as we went, then I didn't really want the shade mesh. I thought it might shade it a little bit too much and make an environment for fungal issues. So I'm sort of glad that we didn't do that. I might be saying something different if we get a massive frost in a few weeks or in a month's time. But I can only do what we can do. Never know what the weather's going to do exactly, so you just got to figure it out as we go. And yeah, this season has been very different. So if we got winters like this every year, we could we wouldn't even have a down season. But normally we would not be having anything flowering at this time of the year. Definitely not right in the middle of winter. But anyway, we're not going to complain about that. This row of stock here behind me smells amazing. And I've got a patch of coral Sweet William over here behind me, which was planted earlier. It was planted, I was hoping for it to flower before winter started, so it was planted quite a bit before the cool flowers were planted, and it's flowering now and seems to be doing fine in the cool. Flowering like crazy, so I'll be harvesting that as well. But yeah, next season is going to look a little bit different for us, with hoping to do bigger numbers of each thing to be able to sell to florists, and doing some direct sowing of sunflowers, zinnias in bigger lots out down this side of our paddock down here further. Not in the weed mat area here. So yeah, we'll just direct seed them. Hopefully that will work well. I know the sunflowers work well for us direct seeded, as long as we can keep birds and stuff out of them. And zinnias and probably celosia for something, so we know we got something reliable that's always there. We'll just be succession planting our sunflowers all season. Yeah, hopefully with what else we can have going here in the weed mat area here, then we'll have enough to be offering to the florists all the time for the whole season. Of course, we'll have gaps in our season like always. I think that's, can't avoid that. We're going to try and avoid it as much as possible, but yeah, it's not able to avoid that completely. And we're also probably going to be getting some help where possible throughout the season, because I'm pregnant and just past halfway now, so we're going to be right at the end as our season really starts up, and so I'm going to be a bit tied up once baby comes along, and so it's going to look a little bit different for us, and it's going to be a bit hectic. But I can only keep going, keep trying, keep seeing what I can fit in, see how busy I can make life. It's already busy enough as it is. But anyway, it is what it is, and we are looking forward to this season coming, and we hope you enjoyed this. Hope you enjoyed seeing our cool flowers, even though they're doing crazy things this season. And we look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.